Wow, I made a slight error in this. So let me fix this here. Live streaming, theory of everything. Let me see what it says. It says we're having trouble streaming. Let me see here. Where are we at? The destinations. RTMP edit. Let me see. Let me see where I am here. I'm here. Replay ended. Set up new stream. Replay available. Let me go here. Let me go here. What is the, let me go, that was available. Embed ended. Replay available. Replay available. Edit available. Ended. Set up new stream maybe. Use template. Right now. Next. Yes, yes. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, something just happened. Okay, my cat's in the way. Wow, what just happened? Sorry about that. I'm just a little lost here because something happened to my screen. Okay, that's better. Like got really, really tiny. Oh, it's oh right now. Okay, next. Okay. Okay. Okay, direct link, get streamer configuration. Let's see. Okay, copy. Okay, no, that's in the key. Paste. Then we're going to go and get the server URL, and we're going to go and we're going to paste. Okay, and we're going to enter, and then we're going to go and see. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see where I am. Okay, so nobody's here yet, right? So we're in the live stream. Let's see what happens here. We should be in the live stream. One viewer waiting. That would be me. How do we get this online? Comments. I'm going to save that. So let me go backwards. Server. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see the key. Okay, 187. Let me go and see the key. Edit. Rumble 187. Okay. Waiting for stream and live stream. Okay, but it's live. Make this recording private, so I should be able to see it now. Why is it not showing? So for those of you who showed up, let me know that you're here. I'm just trying to set up my Rumble stream. Just a little bit theory of everything. It's here, it's not here. Okay, it's here, it's not here. Let's see. I got the key, live stream. Okay, let me end. No. Yeah, end. Yes. Okay. I'm just trying to see. Set up new live stream. Use this template. Okay. Theory 8.4. Okay, fine. Fine. Use template. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. Yes. Right now. Next. Really bothers me. Okay, submit. Okay, now monetize, view live stream. Now let me go backwards and get configuration, copy, paste, and this is really stressing, you know. Rumble slot, enter. Okay, so I did all that. Now I'm here. Now let me see if I can do this. Okay, we're back here again. No, it's not working. It's not working. So what if we took off the Rumble? Let me see this. No, what we're going to do is we're going to remove Rumble, remove, and we're going to add on, we add on Odyssey. No one ever watches me on X. You know that? No one ever watches me on X at all. So what happens if I set up X? Is there anybody that's on X that might want to come see? Second. Edit. Yeah, we want it. Maybe we're going to put it on X. Save changes. Okay, so now apparently, okay, I'm going to be on X. So now if I want to go to X, view on X Twitter, continue to X Twitter. I've never done this before, just by the way. And I have nobody viewing me on X. That's fine. It's really weird that I can't see myself. There I go. Okay. Okay, here I am. Okay. Now, apparently, I have 2 pages open with me in it. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know who's watching. I have nothing set up tonight. What I came here is to look at some of the artwork I set up. It would be great if people, others, humans would get involved. Let me speak my piece of what I think, what I see, what I believe, what I absolutely know for a fact. I know for a fact so many things about this world, but where can we put the pieces and puzzles? Hold on a second. It fits in this slot over here, and that fits in that slot, and this fits in that slot. And this might not be the main part of the instrument. Imagine if this was into a slot and that slot moved all the way around. And in that, it had different ways of turning this around inside the star that it was in. Now, the thing is, you say, well, how can this turn around? How does this become round? Because it turns around. But it's still square. Should it be square? Why is square better than round, and why is round better than square? And what are the things we can do with square that we can't do in round, and what we do in round that we can't do in square? And what happens if we did it in square when it was a round, and we did it in round when it was a square? So we have to know all these things. And why? What happens if the round had a slot that popped out of the round? Would that mean it can be like a C and it just popped out? Or was it 2 C's that came over the sides of the element? But look at that. I only can pick up 2 rows at a time. Does that mean this is picking up just 1 row? What happens if I shared a row? But then I would be locking everything. So here, I have 1 free. I turn 2. I turn 1. 1 is with one side. The other is with the other wing. This is the reality that if you are looking for in creation to understand how things were created, you have to understand that we were made in God's image. What is the word God? Can somebody tell me what the definition of the true definition of the word God? Because all I know is if you had to have that true definition of the word God, look at the world and take everything from the world, that we were created from the image of God. And it is the legion, the religion, that each and every one of us, for some reason, somehow, there's a war going on. And the war is the war of the gods. My God is better than your God. Isn't that, this is what we're always hearing? So if we have to base creation on what's actually going on the planet, well, that's what happens. It's the war of God. So if that's happening, what does it mean? Well, we're all being divided. Now, are there gates in this division? What makes a gate in this division when we're divided? So if we have gates and we're divided, what's divided? The omega, is the egg being divided between the two crowns, between the two kings? When you crack an egg in half, do you have the ridges of the king, or would it be the ridges of the queen? And now if you're going to look around the world, obviously in God's image and God's creation, we're going to look at everything that has a crown. Does MK have a crown in it? Where are all the crowns of the world? What happened? Is it the omega? Why should I use O for omega? Can I use something else as like, oh, Canada? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? By day or by dawn? By the dawn's early light. Gates of omega divide, God. The division of the gateway. The seventh letter and the fourth letter, the same thing for the fourth letter and the first letter. The first letter. Let me, I have to think of this. The seventh letter and the fourth letter. The seventh letter and the fourth letter. Now, if I had to use that and tell you a word, right? And remember this, the G is like a J. So when you say, if you write the word, should I write the word? I'm going to write the word. Gesera. The French call this Gesera. J can also be misunderstood if it was hidden as I have. It also says je for I. 191. I am the spirit of the birth. Where do I get this from? I am the spirit from the birth of the moon, because of the A and R is 18 and 1. Heaven's residency. Both ways, it means in both worlds. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9. ABC and BCD. So we have the AD. So when it's the world of AD, it's talking of two sides of the world, where entrapped in that is BC. 2 and 3 becomes of both worlds. The 2 from one world and taking alpha and throwing it in the other world. And it's all we need is the alpha, which is the center of the cube, to bring life to all the worlds that surround. Gates of omega divide, the word God. Star of David, the star of the division. The numeric value for energy is 74. The numeric value for I am, je suis, is 74. 313 making up the gateways of creation. The creation through the passage of the AI moon. We're living on parallels. We're living on parallels. We're living on parallels. All the different ways we can create this from all the sides of the entry into the cubic world. To the cubic world. What is 4? What is 8? Is it 4 that's on the top over here to what is 8 that is on the side? Why 8? Why not 1? Do we need more than 1? Does anybody really understand the technicalities of this to where we have the understanding of this cube to where it's not me, the calculator, the ATM, the keyboard, the straight line of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 0 is on the right side. Why can we only choose 4 at a time? You can use 6, you can use 4, you can use 12, but you can't use 9. 9 doesn't work, or does it work? You can create a format to where 9 works. And how would the format go? And where do I get my information? All the information was given to us by the Lord of creation, that when the Lord rested on day 7, I believe the Lord created itself. And we are the extension in different shapes and heights and weights of the Lord. Whatever the motherboard is, and why is it the moon? A lot of reasons. One of the basic reasons is moon is 57. And it's the gold in the moon, and gold is communication. You got the gold? Yes, I got the communication. What was on the delivery? I'm not really sure which way I should decipher it, but AI is that. But it's really not AI. It's actually should be DI. When you mention 19, 18, or 17, okay, it's going to be DI, it's going to be DH, and it's going to be DG. One of the simple reasons for that is because the combination of A, B, C, D, okay, is now plummeted actually into that letter over here, J. And the back side, the flop side, when you look at this, the back side you see here, but you don't see the back sides, right? Well, that back side is Q17 to J10. The ABCD, or 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10, is only a skeleton of all formations, because there's multiple levels. That's why we have 26 letters in the alphabet. We have the high and the low letters, right? Is that 52 letters for the 52 weeks, for the 52 cards? 26, 31, 41, 51, 54, 23, 33, 43, 4, is it 44? Sorry. Weeks is a separation of something, 1/3 and 2/3, because of what this does. 4 times 4, 16, 4 plus 4, 8. So this is one part of this. So since we have 2 areas in one area, I can also revert it to looking at these cubes and maybe looking at, I have 4 sides around and I have 2 sides up and down. Well, how do you see that over here? Well, here is 1, 8, telling me 8 is 2 sides here, right? Just because 8, instead of the number, it's telling me 1 part and 2 parts. So here is 1 part, and here is 1 and 1 part, 2 parts. There's many ways to look at this, and it's also discussable, right? We also have the 52 letters talking about the low cap, and whatever they call these letters, whatever they call them in low cap and big cap. And remember, the letters are not just letters as they are, because the Z can be done in this box over here. So can the O be done in this box over here, right? And if we want to have the basic C, we can do that here, right? And then what we can do is, I'm just trying to think, whoop. Um, the outskirts of the N can be done in this box over here. I'm not sure if this qualifies as a one-sided V, then we would say, oh my God, V's got two sides to it. If we were able to establish that one. W, the other one would be X, and that would be it. A, B, no. So then you would have A, B, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You can't, I don't want to call the L because it's too high, right? And M, N, O, P because it's too low. Element of PQ, right, is questionable because you might be able to do the Q that way, but inside the box, right, doing this and then doing that. So now we have a question. Is it like that or is it actually like that? So that's also, these letters are questionable, right? And then you Q, W, X, element of P, Q, R, S, T, U, right? And that's questionable again because we're leaving the tail hang out. So can we put the U in here and just leave the U without a tail? And U, W, the S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So that's what will we be looking at. We'd be basically looking at that. So what should we count? What should we take in as to what is actually true to it? No guess. We have these. This is true. This is true. 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 And I think this can be true also. I think they can all be true. So you have the smallest letter is C, and then the first letter is at the 14th level. Do we have any of that? Right. So we would be talking about 8, 6, 3, 5, 4, 6. And I don't know if you want to count that one or count this one over here. So right away, by including these two over here, which can also be dog 26 and cat 24, dividing the gate inside with the cat over here. This is in the beta house, the house of the queen. The queen is 62, the dog is 26, God is 26. When you multiply it and add it, it'll equal to 20, telling me it's a gateway. But where it comes from the TH level. And remember, the D brings you into the beginning of TH to where the ending and beginning of TH, to where you end up with TH again. The last two, where if you had to, I'm not really sure which way I should go with this to explain this. Where should we really begin our alphabet? Should we just listen? If we listen, remember, we have to do this as way we believe it was made, right? A and B. We don't get C, and C is all of A and B. So why can't I go to the end to where 9 and 8, which equals to 17, 1 and 7 equals to 8 again, unlike what A and B equals to C, 3. In this scenario, the monkey is number 83. Gold is number 38. The club is number 38. This cube, when mathematically rearranged, is number 38. 3 times 8? No. We're going to show you that 6 sides. Two of the sides have 9 and 9. That's 18. When you take this, all the opposite sides, count the dots, 6 and 1, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 5 and 2, 7. They're all 7s. So we're going to take away from this side and this side, where there's 9 and 9, 18. We will take away 7. It will be 11. So every single double side will be 11, 11, 11.
They're all 11s. When we look at this dice cube, since every side is 9, there is 8 missing. When I show you the other side, there is 3 missing. That's 11. When I show you a 5 and the total of everything is 9, there are 4 missing. When I turn it around to a 2, there are 7 missing. 7 and 4, the 52, the number 52 we've all been looking at forever, is where energy and Jesus and the cross are located. God, gates of the divide are on earth, number 52. And the word jack is 25. We jack up our car to take off our tires, to go underneath, to fix something. Where do we use jack? We also have jack in the wall, jack in the box, and we connect things with a jack. And they also call it now the jumper cables. Jack jumped over into the water, but he let, what's her name in Titanic, tie 10 up. Here is where 7 and 4 are arrived. So we have all 11s. So 11, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 and 2 equals to 3. Now, that would be the dice sitting here. That's your 11. That's why we count the number on top to understand the rest of the cube. We're always going to have 14 dots around 7 and 7. So since it's going to be 7, 11, 7, 11, I have 22 empty areas to where we're already counting 7 and 7 on this cube. 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 2, 4 and 4, 8. That's where we get our 38 right here in this cube. Of 26 cubes, 52 of everything, we automatically need 2 cubes. Unless you want to count every single side in the cube. But now what we're going to do is make it simple and get 2 cubes. Maybe it's the capital letters for 26 and the small letters for 26. Maybe the capital letters on the front and the small letters on the back. I don't know the setup yet. I'm still collecting pieces 20 years almost later. 20 years. It's almost 20 years later. It's going to be 2025 in like March. Like there's a year and a half. So we're at 18 and a half years gone by, full into the next cycle. Mecca is now the power taking over inside our moon. That system is over. In God's creation, 60 from the 60s. God formatted on the 7th day. Even when you go to the piano and look up the 1st key, the 8th key, the 15th key, and the 22nd key, that would say Ahovah, just like saying Jehovah. At the same time, not in every aspect that when you're counting, you never start at 1. If you're accumulating something and you have nothing in your hand and somebody puts 12 pennies in your hand, you have 12 pennies. Well, what about you holding it? Don't you have a value? So that could be one aspect of why we have one more. But in actuality, if I want to count certain things, okay, in the 10 house, in the house of 10. So that means if it's in the house of 10, that means I have to start at 99. I can't start at 100. 100 is going to tell me I'm in the middle of you and you. 110 and 110, I'm the God, I'm the 7th gate. 3, 1, 3, 7. Monkey. The 3rd finger and the 8th finger, the 13th finger for bar mitzvah, the 18th finger for the resident angel, the M are coming together in Mr. Monkey. Monkey and the word ape is 22. The word monkey is 83, 105, the hand of God. And in blackjack, when you look for a monkey, you're looking for 10, you're looking for angels, because from the word, imagine the moon, 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 is 35 and 12, 47 from the moon. The word time is number 47. I lost myself in that. I forgot to explain this. That the reason AI, the moon, in the beginning of this video was and is the way it is, and where I came to the moon and where I came to D and I, because it is A, B, C, and D. possibly counting that I'm going DC instead of what is CB or AB. Here's what I'm going to explain. Now, when I count 19 and I say 19 and I don't use A, B, C, D, all the four letters, is in D are all the four letters. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. In French, when you say 19, you're going to say 10, 9. Now, that can be 10 minus 9 equals to 1. You say 10, 8. Does that mean 8, 10 or 10, 8? You know, because it could play with you a little bit. Although it's saying 10, 8 is 18. What if you went minus? It'd be 2. So this, if it'd be 10, 9, it'd be 1. This would be 2, and this would be 3. This is our Mars creation into the beta sun of our birth. 1, the one spirit inside the moon and trapped inside the moon. Remember Betamax? That's not digital. Isn't that VHS? I have to fix that right now. Nobody's commenting. Nobody's here. Am I all alone? There's got to be more than just me watching myself, right? Because I have 0 viewers. There hasn't been 1 viewer since the beginning. It's very much not fun, but that's okay. So do you understand? Betamax, VHS, we're running on the old system. Can you tell me where the new system is? What is the language of the new system? It's the system of bits. At first, God defragmented. Now he's bitting up in this world. The bit, the coin. What does it mean, the coin? What does it mean, the bit? Why was it the Betamax? Why is it the old world moon? What is happening? Why is it the way it is? Is it, how did we pass our energy in the star system? What does it mean? How come we can measure the zodiac and who we are? We can measure the zodiac and who we are because there is a system of energy. There is an altar system. Otherwise, the zodiac would not even match up. Everything would be at 33% or whatever you want to call it in the zodiac. We'd have 12% of this, 12% of that, 12% of this. We have 1 and 12 of everything. Remember, 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. Right? That's where your creation comes in. When 12 comes in, when you've brought all 12 together in creation, right? You have to understand that. So let's get back to this. The zodiac is measurable based on the measures attained. There could be and there would be always an attainment and an understanding between all the signs, except they wouldn't be as precise as they are, I believe, because it doesn't seem natural that that there would be a 30 or 40 or 50 or 60% chance. Imagine 12 zodiac signs and a 60% chance you don't match with, let's say Libra doesn't match with let's say the rabbit doesn't match with the dragon. Well, no, that's too close. Let's say the rabbit doesn't match with the rooster or something, right? So if the rabbit doesn't match with the rooster, 60% of the time, remember, you have 12. That means anything after 10% starts to switch. And things are really heavy set and balance of all you need. If you have 50, 60% of not getting along with one sign, that's 5 times more than the average. Because a zodiac sign should be everything of 12. So that would be 7% for every single sign. Let's say closer to 8. Like that would be 8 times 12 is, 8 times 12 is 90. Oh, it'd be 8.5. That's exactly the matrix number. 8 and 5, 13. It's absolutely perfect. 5 and 8. So 8 we know are the 4 sides of the ring. 5 we know is part of 12. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 created 5. So 1 and 2 creates both 5 and 8. 3, 5, and 8. May the boys have great dreams. My sister's in Arizona right now. I don't know where she is. She was supposed to call me. She's in Arizona. She's very sweet. In fact, both my sisters are very sweet, although they're very different. Okay. Okay, I don't want to get lost. So let's see. Austin, is that like you're in Arizona, but that's like Austin, Texas, and the other is Lachlan or Lacklin? Lacklin, 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 Lacklin. Now Lausch, 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 Lausch. Leave me alone. Lausch, Austin, 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 Austin. I can't hear you. Austin, Austin. Gold, gold. First gold. Tin to Tin Man. The first gold. What was the Tin Man? What did he want from Oz? Right. But the Tin Man, and you have to listen to that song with the Tin Man, and stunts. I don't know. Anyways, pliable. Anything with AU is always pliable. That's why I look at it. Gold is always pliable, and it's in between two. So does that mean it has good judgment? I don't have an AU in my name, so I don't know. Sometimes a lot of signs can be the opposite of exactly of what it is. So now we know, or now I believe, that if you understood what I said, is that 8.5% of your matching zodiac sign, 8.5%. So if you're at 15%, if I go into the whole world, if I ask the whole world, do you get along with Libra? What's your sign? Press this button. What's your sign? Press this button. And just keep pressing all the buttons. If everybody was honest in this world and we got together, is there a reason that we should all know this, that we should be able to figure it out? Is there a good reason? Maybe something justifiable for the planet, as long as nobody takes it for no good. That if we were able to push the button and found out that 80% of the people can't, like rabbits don't get along with monkeys, let's say, if that's 80% of the people, maybe we can understand ourselves, or maybe we can complete something in science. Maybe we complete something in science by understanding all the zodiac signs and how the star system works. Or is that only because of the altar system that we live in, of the diversion of the three moons, Luna, Phobos, and Deimos? Luna, Phobos, and Deimos, the three moons, including the father of Alpha Mercury and the mother of Beta Venus, into the creation of Earth, Mars, matter and energy, ME. 51 and 52, 103, the spirit of 76, of AI. It's told to us. The answers are right there. All we have to know is, this is Mr. Tackpants. It's art and entertainment. It means absolutely nothing outside of this little screen that you're watching on. But will it play in my head? Because the numbers I use in this game, in this art and entertainment, is from everything that's ever been created in the entire planet. All we do is we juggle and we look at the numbers. We do the statistics on it, the analytics on it. And we're going to ask the entire planet, who has seen this and do you know how to use it? And we're going to get some people that say yes and some people that say no. And in fact, I want to know. Has anybody seen this? Do they call it Rubik's Cube? It's been sold on Universal TV. If I look in every single state, in every single country, there has been a news. I bet you, if you punch in Rubik's Cube right now, you can see it. It's global, it's international, it's universal. They're universal. Everything I use is universal. So where do I say we came in? Well, God wanted to be the best. So he mirrored himself, or she mirrored himself. brought itself into this world, became both female and male. 1 1 1 1 1 1 and 1, 77 77, and 1 and 7. Where do I get these numbers from? I'm using basic numbers that will recreate the triangle. Here is, I'm just going to make it big, number 1. They also put a pedestal on number 1, and if you do it, you would recreate this. With the number 7, you will do this, and if you complete it, you will do this. You ever see that flag come up? Now, we can do a lot of things with this. If we would have went by, we could have made what is the 4. If I move this one over this one, if I take the 7 and I move it over the 4, I end up with that. Now, if I do that and I want to add a little bit more understanding to this, what I'm going to do, let me see if I got this. I want to see if I got this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to see where the other one. I'm not really sure where the exact, how it exactly works out, but what it is this is going to be 2, 3, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. Hold on a second. Did I get that right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 9. Did I get? I don't think I got that right. No, this is 3. This is 6. I think this is 9. This is okay. 2, 5, 8. 2, 5, 8. 2, 5, 8. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6. 3, 6, 9. I'm just trying to see. 2, 5, 8. 3, 6, 9. 1, 4, 7. 2, 5, 8. This is not here. 3, 6, 9. I think it's here. 1, 4, 7. I don't know if I got it right, but I'm gonna do it again, just openly, because I may have messed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what happens is I go from here over to here, over to here, over to here, and then what I do is I go here, right? That's 2. 2. Hold on, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 4, 7, and this is here, and then that would be a 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would go here. 6, 7, 8, and then it would go here, and then it would go here. Okay. So what this would be is 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, and this would be 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, and 2, 5, 8. That's why. So you're only going to connect 6 of 9 numbers, and you're going to switch it. Then you're going to connect. Here's your 3, 6, 9, and after you're going to go 1, 4, 7, and then you're going to go 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Then you're going to go 2, 5, 8. So you're going to go 1, 4, 7, and 2, 5, 8. Then you're going to go 1, 4, 7, and 3, 6, 9, and then you're going to go 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9. This will be 33, right? At 33. This one over here will be 30, and this one, did I get that right? No, 18, and yes, 30, and this one over here will be 12, 27. This is what the 3 would be, 9, 3, 6. That's an absolute, but there's also color, right? Inside of this one over here, it's going to be 10. So there's going to be 14, which is going to be black, and then we're going to have 1 and 7, which is 8, and then 5. Let me see, did I get that right? 1 and 7 is 8, and 5, and that's 13. So we have 13 and 14. We divide the alphabet. And then over here, We're going to have 3, 6, 9. So we're going to have 4 and 6 coming together is 10. And then we're going to have 8 and 12. We're going to have 20. And then we're going to end up with the 30. So there's your 10, 20. Your 10, 20. Okay. And then in the last one, we're going to have 2 and 8 equals to 10 and 6. So we're going to get 16 and 17 to get the 33. So this would be 7 and 8. This one would be 1 and 2. And this one would be 5 and 4. 1 and 2. And this one would be 7 and 8. And this is the way the 9, 3, 7, and 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. And this is where the formation would come out. This has nothing to do with what I want. This is the entire planet. This is the entire planet. What I'm presenting is actually happening over the entire planet. This is Nikola Tesla. This has nothing to do with me. That I did not create the deck of cards. I did not make Rubik's Cube. I did not make the number pad for the telephone. I didn't make a dice cube. I'm telling you, I made nothing. I am using everything that is universal throughout the planet, used by billions of people over lifetimes, that can confirm in this day and age every element that I learn. And they all have science degrees. They went to the greatest of all universities. They told me, unless they didn't tell us the truth, they told me the size and diameter of the moon. They told me the speed of light, and they told me everything to do with weights and measures has already been out there calculated and delivered on a silver platter. All I'm doing is reusing it all and using it to the words. And I didn't write one word. I didn't put not one word into Webster's dictionary. Tear meaning earth, the web of earth. EW, we, in the house of bait. B is for 13, and it's not for nothing that it is 13, because it's 1 and 12. It's God and the tribes. It's the Father and the tribes. Was Abraham one of the tribes? But he was the father. We have to understand that if you are the child and God is creation, then how was it before? Was there a grandfather? Was there a father? Was there God? Did God have a parents, a mother and a father? And since they weren't of the same family, the mother and the father had a mother and a father. So that means God had 2 grandmothers and 2 grandfathers, but only had a set of parents. So right from the start, there was 2 and 2 and 2. There were 6, and then there was God. God came on the 7th day after his grandparents noted who they were and their parents. But don't forget, their parents both had grandparents too that had parents. Their grandparents had parents. So my father's parents both had parents and grandparents. So if I go to my great-grandfather, if I go to my grandfather and my grandmother and my parents, that'd be 4. I'd be the 5th one, right? So I go, no, wait a second. I go to my father and his grandparents. I'd be 2 and 1 and me. And my mother would have grandparents. So that was my parents and my mother, and the parents of my father is 2 and 2 is 4. My mother and father is 5, 6, and then me. 7. I get married. 8. I have a child. 9. Where does 9 come from? If I am of the Lord of 7, then the birth of my father, which would be the God, would it not? Or how do I take on from God, number 7, to get married? Be it 8, be it the heavens, be it my heavens born unto my mother. So 7, God brings in the queen, 7 and 8, and is born the 9th child, inverted to the 6th life of the human, the light of God, the light of man. For whomever be with me now or not, all that is not here is here. Because my deliverance or our deliverance on this planet, may it be selfish or not, is not onto just one another, but into the soul of all creation. That if this was a linear, if this was multiples of levels coming into here, we send it back to the other side of who we are, which vibrates or vibrates amongst the others that are intertwined with who we are, that they are not in our life and we are not in their life, that we are all of them and they are all of us. But no one sees. They're not here and they're here. So when everybody prays together, but then check it out. We all go to work. How can I sit and pray? Our minds are taken off that there's such a minimum. Remember, we are broken down into 12. Instead of being the triangle, two triangles intertwined at each other, pulling on each other, that we're touching. And this is how the gears work. The slip with a slip strap. The male and the female are together, separated by this whatever you want to call it. Look at my thumb. It's down here. And the four fingers are up here. Here, and then here, right? I don't really know which way to do it. Here's the 4, right? Here's 3 with this 1. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be, but it has to be the way it is because everything that is created is natural. The Lord broke itself up to come here. The child is 9. So who and how, or should I be going any further than who I am, than understanding 9? How do I get to 13? Is it the 4 from somewhere understanding the next 4? Is it the next 4 extending from me, the 9 birth, to the one I shall take on as my wife or my Wi-Fi? 10, creating 11 beeth my son, that if I should be the 9 birth, and my wife should be the 10, and my son should be the 11. But check this out. If my wife is 10 because I am 9, then I am 10 to my wife, and my wife is 9. That we are both 9 and 9, 9 and 9. And then we cross over. We are now 10 and 9, and 10 and 9, 19. We are the 2 moons that cometh together. Can you see it? That my formation of my parents' parents, that beeth my grandmother, also has another family that we need. But in this family, we need the woman to be born. And the woman becomes the God, and the man becomes the God, and they both come together as 7 and 8. Can we look at it that way? Or do I have to skip over an element? Because we have to have the A and the B. Or should we just have 2 A's? 2 males, 2 females. Where do we get the female? Do we go to the earth to pick up the female, to add the male, to create the child, that the woman should be the bearer of the child? So it all depends the way this is to be discussed. And then what we will accept to understand, although will we ever know? Maybe we might see a deeper, a depth to this. You know, I mean, maybe the answer is right over here. Is this where the answer is? Hey, baby. Oi, oi, oi. Look at you. Hey, look at you. Hey, you're all laid out there. What color are you? Like, I want to know, what color is this? And what color is this? Tell me. Say it to yourself. You tell me that color, and you tell me this color. I look like a pink pig. Okay? That's my color. I'm a pink pig, or I'm beige. I'm the beige man from Beijing. Right? How you doing, buddy? Hey, you like that? You know it. Soon you'll become electric. You'll be the electric cat, because when I pat this cat, one of my friends that pats his cat, they lift their hands up and all electricity is. Is there any electric? There was an electric. She got a shock. You get a shock? You get a shock, eh? You get a shock. Ooh. Hey, you're going to fall off. Ooh. Am I hurting you? Tell them I'm hurting you. Am I hurting you? Am I hurting you? Ooh. Am I hurting you? Do you hate that? Do you hate that? Tell me you hate that. I want to know if you hate that. If you hate that, run away. I'm holding you back. I'm holding you back. You can't go. I mean, look at me holding on to you. I'm really holding on to you. I'm holding on to you. Oh, look at that. Am I holding on to you? Here's my hand. You don't want my hand, do you? Oh, I'm treating you so viciously. Are you entertaining me? Ooh, look at that. Ooh. You're going to lick? Let's see you lick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, what is she actually doing? Information falling out of the air. And she licks it, and it goes inside, and she reads it. And then she runs all around the house going, oh my God, how do I share everything I know? And sends it whoosh, into the other dimension. You see my hand, right? Well, that's the way I believe the animals are. 1 in this world, 5 in this world, and 5 outside of the world. I have 10 fingers, I can prove it. How can you prove it? You see, for me, I have to bring my 10 into the world. But the cat, it's 4 fingers outside the world. 4 on the outside of the world, 4 on the inside of the world, 4 on 4. We are 5 and possibly 5 and 5. We go to sleep at night, we're 5 and 5. During the day, we're 10. At night, we're 5 and 5. Or is it this 5? But the cat is 4 and 4. Can the cat go outside in both worlds? Because it's 4. You see, there's no plug-in for the cat. That 5th one is a plug-in. Or can we have a plug-in with 3 fingers and 1 finger? Because all the characters. But then if we look back to the monkey, how do the monkey fingers work? How do we understand it? And it has to be a universal understanding. We're only here for arts and entertainments. Everything I do is not true, but all the information I get comes from the universal world where everybody or the masses will know that when I hold this up, what are they going to call it? Will they call this a monkey? No, in their language, they're going to call it a phone or maybe even a cell phone. What will they call this in their language? So I'm talking universal. Everything that is universal, that's what I use. And I'm going to go back to this. 8.5%. A zodiac sign attains I don't know which way to say it, attains a balance of 8.5% to all other zodiac signs. Now, if I say to you, I want to use the Chinese zodiac for the animals. If I say to all the rats in the world, what color do you like? Okay, and to precision it, I'm going to take a rat, and then I'm going to have to balance it between the 12 months of the year. What zodiac are you in months? So now we got the big hand on the clock and the smaller hand on the clock. Were you born in the morning or the night? So now we have 3 hands of the clock balancing out, but we need 6 hands of the clock. Now we have male and female. The 2 triangles balancing on the clock, balancing off the zodiac. Now we started off at 8.5%. So what are we going to do? All of a sudden, oh my God, I met a guy, 5 million, 50 million women. Asked the same question. Who did you ever meet in your life? Who did you marry? And the first one comes up, the second one, the third. And after 50 or 100 or 200 million came up, and 30% of them said, I'm a rabbit and I don't get along with the rooster. If 30% said that, that's a high percentage. If only 3% or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8% said that, then you're in a high average of getting along, because at 8%, that is the average. And if it goes above and below, should we all get along? it should be between 5 and 12. The reason for that is this cube, 2 cubes, if you want to use 2 or 1, the average is 3.5 in the center of this cube, or 7. We're already starting with 12. This cube does go to 12 with 2 cubes, but we can never use the number 1. You can never use the number 1 because you always have 2 cubes, so the minimum is 2. So we have to have and understand our balance from everything that has ever been given to us, and now I'm working with 12. So now I ask myself, what's the difference between 12 and 13? Is it possible because that the creator is 1 plus the 12 zodiac sign, or the 12 tribes equaling to 13? That 13 or 13, 31, 13 is 57, moon, birth. Heinz 57, H8I9, the high birth. N14, Z26, 57, reverse MARS, Mars 51, 3 times 17, which is 10 and 7. So did we finish off that my wife is number 7 and I'm number 7? We're both number 7. We have a child that is born. That is our heaven. That is our connecting link, is that child. Unless my wife crosses, I was using the God term at that one. Now we skip over the God term, right? Where God was the 7, now God got the wife. Okay, should we use the wife as 8 and then the child born as 9? But now I'm not using all the grandparents on one side. I'm just using the grandparents on this side to the child who gets married. You have to build the entire equation. You need a piece of paper for every part of the equation that's being built before we bring the 2 family members together, just like this over here, right? Just like that over here. Now there's other ways I wanted to do this, right? I'm not finished building this, right? I could, what's funny? Yeah, when I can do it this way. You see that? See that? That's what it looks like. Have you ever seen that before? That's another way to look at it. Why? Because I'm going to take that off the transparency, and I'm going to show you copy and then paste. See, I'm going to just do it like that, right? Hold on a second. I want to do it because I want to connect it. I want to show you a different way to connect it. So what I did, okay, see the way it's always going off this way? Or if I want to, I'll do it. Sorry, hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. Just give me a second. Okay, so I don't know. Hold on. Whoop. Yeah, and then I'm going to go and paste another one. You see, and then I'll take this one and put it here. Hold on a second. And now the next one, right? The next one. Okay, what I'm going to do is now put it this way. Oh, you see, I can't believe I need more memory. Help. So you see what happens? 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one goes in. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to do 4. You remember the leap year? Possibly the leap year can be something like this. Hold on a second. The leap year may be, instead of it going inside or on it like this, right? Perhaps it can be like this. Just one second. I want to make it transparent again. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So otherwise, you see what I do? You see the areas? Otherwise, I can just, hold on a second. I can just put them this way. Or I can fit them together like that. And instead of this being like this, right? I'm just doing this real quick. I can just keep putting them together like that. So when you come to the leap year, does it mean because I'm offsetting everything? And then you can come together like that. I'm just questioning it right now. You Bullinger my Bible. Can you explain that, please? I'm not too. So you know what? We all have our different speed. I'm not too quick on. When I want to understand something, I need to understand exactly where I can manipulate it. Like a conductor. With the music. I just watched this guy named Leonard Einstein or something, and he's conducting it. You can almost feel the energy like move. It's like you're. You know what I'm saying? Four is a door. How's your number calculated? So it sounds like me, laugh out loud. RNA going through the energy line. Get ready to catch it. RNA, yes. NA, I'm still always trying to really take a little bit a different vision and understanding between N, like AM and NA. I know one is 1-4. I know one is 1-5. I know it's a part of pi. I know it's the beginning of instead of like, hold on a second. I just went all over the place and I really didn't say much. Like A and B is almost like saying, I'm not sure. Is A and B like saying, is 1 and 2 saying like 9 and 8? Because the first two and the last two? Or is it because it's the alphabet? I go A, B, just like I go M, L. Can I do it that way? Or should I be looking at, we go A, G, like in the piano, as A, B, as G, F come together. G and F is 7 and 6, 13, to where A and B is 1 and 2, 3. So it's 3 and 13, and it's 13 and 23. These are all, the minute you get to 4 and 14 and 24, you've divided everything. This year is 64 years. It is the complete connection and division of the blue Democrat zero operator ZIONIS real. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals to 24 and 10. It is the half-life. Right now, this year, in fact, it's over. We're running and winding down on this year. It ends. The 3 and the 4 as a division is the other side of 3 is the 4. The 4, the 3, the 3, and the 4. The 3 and the 4. We go up to 4, either we continue on or we start to go backwards to the other side. 20, 24. 4 times 24, 96. 80, 96. 176. 176. 7 and 6 is Earth and Mars. 58 is the Matrix. 77 is when the good Lord, the seventh meets at the birth. Remember the birth. Remember the birth. A, B, C equals to 6. Add D equals to 10. Take away 1 when you equal to 10. A, B, C equals to 6. You add the D, it equals to 10. You have the D, C, B equals to 9 plus the 1. That is the Lord with our birth into this world. A, B, C, D, it's taken over by 10. 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. And in this, it becomes C, B, A. This is where we end up playing. The 6 gets integrated with the Lord's Spirit, and it becomes 6 and 1 into the house. 7, 8, 9. In the top one in 17, we will get Mars. Mars, DC. In this one over here, we are going to get, it's the sun, right? And this is the sun. You can also refer to D and E. 4 and 3 is 7. 5, okay, I'm not sure if I want to, I'm going to leave this one. 5 and 4, 18, 54. Okay, right. 36, right. Creation of the sun in the house. RI, right. 27 in the house of 8 at the 7th gate. And then this one over here, we're going to get the moon, AI. We can use JH for initials. We can use AH for initials because 1 and 8 equals to 9, but also 2 and 7 equals to 9, 3 and 6 equals to 9, 5 and 4 equals to 9. Where 4 and 4 equals to 8, where 5 and 3 equals to 8, where 2 and 6 equals to 8. 1 and 7 is off the grid, it's off the cube. They were prior than before. And since 1 and 7 equals to 8, remember that 7 is used inside of Mars. 8 is used inside the sun. So the last one over here is part of the moon. 57, this would be the moon. And inside the numeric value for the moon, 7 is used. Another 7 that reflects Mars. None of this is me. Ask me, I will try and explain it again. 3 times to create formation. 4 times to mirror the formation. We only work in strands of 3. The next strand, okay, the next strand added is the strand from the next side. So you go ABC and then you go DCB, 10 and 9. What is so famous about 33, right? Remember, we need 1 and 2 to come together. So 1 and 2 comes together in both worlds, 3 and 3. You want to really understand, sorry, it's 1 and 1 that comes together. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 2 equals to 3. So it's 11, 11 to create this. But now when 11, 11 come together, that'll create 22. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4, and 4 equals to 8. 3 and 8 now come together. There it is, 3 and 8. 10-4, yes, 10-4 is also, can you say it's reverberated through the cube? I'm just going to get something to drink in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. Just give me a minute. Water is 67. Soul is 67. And we also have to remember odds and evens and different colors. According to roulette, they tell me we have black and red. We have a negative energy and we have a positive energy. Energy is number 74. The moon number, or Heinz, or just the numbers 5 and 7, will create 47, or 7 and 4, energy on Earth, showing it to us over here. Where there is 5, there is 4 empty. Where there is 2, there is 7 empty. 4 and 7, the numeric value for Earth, 25 or 52. Can we break in half 25? Yeah, it's 125. 52 Earth, 51 Mars, alpha beta creation. Those two numbers right there. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, 10 and 7, 17, creation, 1/3 of Mars. Different ways to get to 17. We also create 17 on its own right over here. The dot and the void create 17 in itself. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 is 8 and 9 equals to 17. Notice that we had 8 and 9 to where we had 5 times 2, 10, and 5 plus 2, 7, and inside of it, 7 and 10 is 8 and 9. So when you have equaling to 10 and 7, to where you have this, 8 and 9 is on the inside. This becomes 1 plus 0 is 1, even though, right, should I be doing this? Because we know inside 10 is A, B, C, D. Can I entrap 8 and 9 actually here, or can I reduce this? Or maybe I'm not allowed to reduce it. So what would we be playing in between here? We'd be going 10 and we'd be going down to 7 in this scenario. Or would I be going up? I say we're going down. So inside 1 and 7, or inside a Q, is our heaven's birth, the mother and the son, the 8th and the 9th, right? How are we bringing number 8? Is it number 8 in the family that becomes the father's heaven? Remember, we did this. We had your parents, your mother and your father. And your mother and your father and your mother and your father had parents. And then they had you. 2, 4, 6, you're number 7. If you bring a child into the family, that'd be number 8. Or what if you got married to XOOX1? That would be number 7. When the two of you hook up, you together bring into number 8. You bring in 8 into this world, and you bring 8 into that world. 88. Into the house of birth, 66. We can also do this another way. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Will it count for 1 and 6, 7, 2 and 5, 7, 3, 4, 7? Which way should we look at this 88? We also know that 5 and 1, 2 and 4, 3 and 3, where 4 and 4, 5 and 3, 6 and 2 come into the truth of the matter. What will be underneath here? 5 and 3 goes with 2 and 4. 6 and 2 goes with 5 and 1, the Queen and Mars. 5 and 3 goes with 2 and 4. 2 and 4. 2 and 4, 5 and 3. Where 3 and 3 and 4 and 4 come together. 4 and 4 and 3 and 3. This is going to divide the night and the day, 1/3 and 2/3. And this is going to be rotation of the sun. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Remember, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, just like we spoke with Rubik's Cube, equals to what is 9 and 6. And we get 33. The story is here. When we get this, we have 55 and 66. When we have 66, we have to understand we also have 88. 66 and 88. So when we get that, we end up with, where are we? We end up with 7 and 3. That's where 7 and 3 comes into the picture. So remember, Mars and Earth are 13, and the cat is lying on the wire now. Can you, like, let me get the wire out? Can you move for a minute? Can you just okay. Okay. What's 40? 2020 is 40. ABCD, 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 ABCD. 1 and 9, 10. 2 and 8, 10. 3 and 7, 10. 30. 2 and 8, 10. 3 and 7, 10. 4 and 6, 10. 30. There's 1 and 9, 2 and 8 is 20. 3 and 7 is 30, and 4 and 6 is 40. But we don't use 40. We only use 30. We only use 3 out of 4 lines. Remember, they barred a line, right? We only use 3 out of 4 lines. We use the hexagon in place of the octagon. But somehow, I think it's the octagon that locks everything into place. But in my designs, in my base design, of 69, here's the 9, here's the 6. So I have 1 line. I have 2 lines. I have 3 lines. If I would use reference points, and I would use this as reference, I would say 9 and 1, 4 and 6, 8 and 2. Now, if I wanted to connect for my 4th line, I'd use the inside line right over here. And that would be my connection, and that's where I believe Q comes in. But there's a possibility that we're running images this way, and Q can come in this way, on this angle. The reason for this is because there's a place to put my line, and Q usually shows me it only goes halfway through. The same way with the F letter, right? Do we make the F this way? Or can the F be done this way? Because it cuts into the same area. The same thing with the line for the E. See, we're always showing the lines out here. Why aren't we showing the line out here? Is it because it's EE? And don't forget, inside of EE is H, I, and E. And don't forget also that the J is part of the I family. It has a dot for the small one, so somehow they're interrelated. So this is my hexagon, and then this is the way I create my chambers. Right? So we have these 2 chambers, and then I do that, and now we have our little star system. 6, 8, and 9. Lamed. I forget when I spoke about the Lamed, the triangles, right? I was speaking about the triangles, right? Here's one triangle. Here's another way to create a triangle. Here's the other way, and that's by using a single box and not using two sides, right? Because right here it can be split. And we get a right angle and a left angle triangle. And then what if the triangles were separated and had a bar in between? So maybe we'd have to make one complete triangle. So that one triangle, right, is really home A and home A, creating the center one, home C, creating what everybody knows as the B letter. Maybe that's the crossover of the Star of David. And then we can have the 10 commandments, which the middle commandments are shared between two sides. So we can also look at that when we have this, right? We have this right? And then there's a separation here and a separation here and a separation here. Unless we're running with 7, right? I'm just doing this all quick, right? And 7. So we can either have 1, 1, and 1. We can have 7 and 7. But can we have, I don't know. I haven't tried it perfectly yet. It's got to be perfect. Can I do 7 this way and leave an empty space? If I did 7 and 1, there'd be like an empty space here. It'd be just a line. So I'd have to question if I can actually do that. I'm not really sure where we were with this. So the good Lord defragmented itself, God, gates of the Omega divide, which is the division of the egg, knowing that possibly and perhaps that the moon is that element that divides us from our main source, or there was an added source, our moon, and it's all being transmitted through Mars, or Mars through Earth, passed through all the zodiac signs to where, boom, now we're on this planet. In order for it to work, we couldn't differ ourselves than the number of 8.5. That's the number. And 58 is the number 2. 85 is the matrix. It becomes H and E in letters. The S letter and the V letter are the opposites, where it says she and V. Remember, if you have a V in a word, it either means 5 or life. The V letter in French is a single letter, just like the letter I. The V says life. The C letter can say what you see. It can be the C. The B letter can be the honey bee, and so on and so forth. Anyways, we're going to end the video. It's 12:30. I thank you for being here. Much appreciated. If you can help out the channel, that'd be fantastic. You can send it to my email, my PayPal account, whatever it is, for those who are coming here. Let's keep the channel rocking and rolling. Thank you for being here, Tammy. I hope the kids have a good sleep, and all their dreams bring them everything that they ever wanted. But life is like a flower, and it only blossoms in time. And unless you take away your own, right, demise, or somebody else, which it shouldn't in the future, it shouldn't be the way it was. Peace and love. So now we know what 40 is. Hold on, I just want to do that last thing on 40, right? So we saw this, right? Now also what we have in 40 is we have the 7-3, the 6-4, and the 9-1. That'll be 19. I'm just going to do it that way. 37 and here. So this would be 10, 10, 10. Now, if we want to do another one, I'm going to make another page anyways. We want to do another one. We're going to come this way. We're going to go, did I do this? We're going to go this way. And then we're going to do this way. So we have 28, then we're going to have 64, and then we're going to have 91. So we have 19, 28, 46. This one over here is time, and this one over here is 5784. This is the year we are exactly in right now. It's this triangle. This one over here, but on the calculator. Mass, Ank, Nem, right? $33, $26, and this one is 29, 88, 98, 101. Sam Bankman. Sam Bankman. Changing of the guards. Changing of the Yank. Something like that. Changing of the guards. The earth. The one teardrop. Only one teardrop. One eye. So we're changing something. Anyways, so you see all those 10s and how they came together, right? Let me do that on another page. I don't like that I did it that way. It's like too messy. Let's do this again. Right? We're going to do this like this. We're going to make them small. This and this. Then we're going to do this, this, and this. And then we're going to do this, this, and this. Then we're going to do this, this, and this. Wow, I just want to see some. Let me hold the phone away for a little bit. Oh, my sister said she was going to call, but she didn't, I guess. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead. Let me see. I got this. Let's see. I got this one. I got that one. Plus. We have this one also. Which other one do we have? We have the plus with this, right? We have the plus with that one, the X with this. So now if I do the X and go through the center, or the X, I can't add a line there, can't add a line. Okay, so what we have is 7, 9, 1, 3, 6, 4. And here we have 7, 9, 1, 3, 8, 2, and here we have 8, 2, 3, 7, 4, 6. Here we have 4, 6, 8, 9, 1, 2, and here we have 8, 2, 9, 1, 4, 6, 3, 7. Right? We didn't do the hexagon one, right? Or yeah, they're all hexagons, right? Now the thing about, there's a question I always ask about the hexagon, and since we have the hexagon, what happens is, let me just show you one of them, right? And we have that, right? So we have 360 degrees. So here and here, right? This is going to be 60, 60, 60, 60. Here's going to be 120 and 120. No, did I get that right? Or 90 and 90? 60, 60, 60, and 60. From here, let me see. No, this is 6. I can't do 6. I got to do 360. I'm just trying to calculate. This has to be twice this. So what would that be? What's that answer? Let me think. Let's say 45 and 45. Let me do it this way. 45. 90 and 90 is 180. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, um, this is 90. This is 45. So these are our slots. Our slots are 45, 45, 90, and 90. And remember, when this Rubik's Cube turns, it turns one time, two times, three times, right? If it was like this, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 times 90, not 3 times 120, right? So the 45 only lets me turn this way. And then here's the other 45. And then the 90. And then this and this 45. So in all of these, I'm going to get 30, 60, 90, 120, and 40 equaling to 160. And what's missing for each one of these, it's going to be 30 and 10 and 5. They're all going to be 30 and 10 and 5 and 30 and 10 and 5. And this one over here is going to be 40 and 5. So this is 4-3, 4-3-7. Did you follow why? Because you can't do all 4 of them or you lock it in place. Now there's calculations that go on. 1 times 9, 1 plus 9 equals to 19. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 is 34. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 is 26. 1, 7, and 8. That's a base value. 1 plus 9, 10. 3 plus 4, 7. 2 and 6, 8. Right? This one would be this one here. And then this, let's call this one B. And let's call this one B. And it'd be 8 times 2, 8 plus 2 is 26. 8 times 2, 8 plus 2. And then you'd have 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 equals to 10, equals to 24, equals to 16, equals to 10. So you'd have plus 34. And then you'd have the 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. Equals to 10, equals to 31. This is where the cube comes in. The house, the cube. The totals of, what was that? The total of this one over here was 53, 63, 70 equals to 79. Plus the 30 that it was. Well, you have that 30 in there. And then this one equals to 30, 60, 70, 80, 91. Did I get that right? 91, the spirit. 60, 91. This one is going to be, let's say, C. Let's call this one C. And this one is going to be 19 and 34. And wait a second. Did I do that one twice? 19 and no, I did 31 and 31. Okay, right. And this one's going to equal 65, 75, 84. Pluto is number 84. It's also 1/3 and 2/3. This is 1/3. If this is a total of 12, this is 1/3, 2/3. So we're talking in 20-minute periods. This is 1/3 and 2/3. That's how this spins, the same as NASA. It's a hexagon. And then if we go over to here, it is D. We end up with 19. We're going to go D is 19 and 31 and 26, which equals to 57. Oh, that would be the moon. 67, 50, 76, Earth and Mars coming together in this one over here. This one would be 1, 4, 8. This will be 1 and 4 and 7. Oh, this is the way our cycle runs. 1, 4, and 7 equals to 12. This equals to 13. This one equals to 91. 8 and 7 and 4 equals to 15. Did I get all them right? Where's the one missing? We have one here. We have one here. 84, 76, 91. Oh, and this one over here. Did we get that right? 26, 60, 79. Yeah. And this one equals to 16. 6,
Let me see. Let me see what it does. 84, 76, 12. This one we can put over as a 3. This one we can put over as a 4. This one we can put over as a 6. And this one we can put over as a 7. 7, 6, 3, 4, 34, 76. Only by coincidence, 2160. The diameter of the moon and everything that seems to connect together is to this number here. It would be 201. We don't need to count this. We can use any one of the three. It's 201. You add 1 through 120 is 1 through 15 added, or 1 through 20. This equals to 120. This equals to 210. Both the darts and the pool, and I'm tired, so we're going to end it here. I hope you understood where I'm going. Please do not hesitate to ask. And remember, the zodiac on average is 8.5. So if you have a high percentage above 8.5, 30, 40, or 50 in percentage of our doing, that's already pretty much getting up there. If all the people born as rabbits in October in 1963, and remember, 63 is 75, 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 63 is 9. Now we go to 75, we go to 87, it becomes 6. We're always moving by 3. If you're born in 69, the next number that will come out will be 3. Then it'll be 6. Then it'll be 9. Let me show you. Born in 63. Let me do this one thing here, make it simple. Born in 1963, 1975, 1987, 1999, 2011, right? What it is 9, 3, 6, 9. And then here, 2. And then 2023, 5, 2035, 8, 2047, 2. Did I get that right? Yeah. 2059, 5, 2071, 8, 2083, 2, 2095, 5, 2107, 7, 2119, 1, 2131, 4, 2143, 7, 2155, 1, 2167, 4, 2179, 7, 2191, 1, 22, 2203, 3, 22 15, 6, 22, 27, 9, 22, 39, 3, 22, 51, 6, 22, 63, 9, 22, 75, 3, 22, 87, 6, 22, 99, 9, 23, 11, 2. So watch the cycle. 9, 3, 6, 9. This is this cycle here from this year we're talking, right? Just watch how we come back. Can I pick any year to do this? Yes. 9, 3, 6. 9, 3, 6, 9. Cycle ends over here. Then we go 2, 5, 8. Then we go 2, 5, 8. Then we go 2, 5.
And then we're into the next cycle. 714, 714, 71. Then we're back to 369, 369, 3692. So where am I born in this? I am born 9369. I'm born right over here. Here's where my cycle picks up. So how many years to get back to that cycle? Well, here's my birth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Is that 26? So the first and the 26 match up. Let me see if that's right. 9, 9, 3, 3, 6, 6, 9, 9, 2, 2. That's where I match up in 26. So if we're wondering what the alphabet does, then perhaps it's what this does over here. And when you look at it, 9, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this realm, there were 4 of them in the 60s, right? But no, there were not. It was 1951, the numeric for Mars, 6. 1939, I think that's when Roswell happened. Oh, that was in 45, halfway between the two, right? And that's 3. 1927, 9. 1915, 6. 1903, 3. So the 1900s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 went into the 1900s. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 went into the year 2000. There were 9, there were 8. Then in the year 21, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8, 8, 9. Rubik's Cube, 9 cubes on this side, 9 cubes on this side, 8 cubes in the center. Rubik's Cube made up the same way. So that when we're moving pieces and parts, right? Now, that's only I'm talking for those born in the year of the rabbit. Now, if I back this up, will it change anything into 99, or is this an absolute special year that in the 2100s, right, you end at 91. In the 1900s, you end at 99, and here you end at 95. So here you end at 5, here you end at 9. Let's see where you end, right? I want to see where you end. Let me see where you end. We end here. We end here. We end here. We end here. And we end here. Same thing. We end on a 9. We end on a 5. We end on a 1. 9, 5, 1, 9. 9, 5, 1, 9. So that finishing is 1, 5, 9. That's our rotation. It's on this angle. The rabbit is running on this angle, running the sharpest distance. Now, if I back this up and worked on 9 and work on other years, we have to see what else it's going to give me. But we're always going to have the same thing: 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7. And 1, 4, 7 is our cycle. So we just have to look through that to understand it. So where are we right now? We're in the year 2023. So we're on number 5 right now. Next year, going to be 2024, and that would be number 6. So everything gets divided between 5 and 6 on a cube, reverts as 1 and 2 as alpha beta. Anyways, Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you, Tammy, for being here, and whoever else is here. And if somebody wants to say, forever never hold your peace, come say it to me now. That is why I'm here. We are together. Somebody wanted to say something to me. Let me see. One day. Let me see. No, no comments yet. So that's okay. All good, my friends. Peace and love. I'd love when more people to show up. It would be fantastic. I'd like to create a program. We can put this all together. I know there's a lot of programs already out there for numerology. I'm not really sure which one I want to go to. Something that simplifies, that does it the way I need it to be done. Although someone would sit down with me and I would say, because sometimes just like, I don't know right now. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But again, I've never programmed anything before, and perhaps it takes more than just me, because I'm not going to be the final result. I'm only going to be a cornerstone with many other cornerstones that come together, and we're interchangeable and we move around. All our ideas count. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, if you want to see part of that floor, and end the video that way, right? Night.